Hey, this is Stories with Issues,
I'm Lalo.
and I'm Robert. And we've had some trouble with this recording. It's been forever since we recorded. Our wrap-up session turned into a holiday hiatus. Lalo, want to leave from what happened?
Basically, the holidays got into our mindset, and we did not think things through.
Says
We
you.
basically got we basically got lost in a unannounced hiatus. So we decided to just wait for the beginning of the year again.
Which we also missed.
Yeah, we did.
In true Stories with Issues fashion.
We're back. Same new year, same old shit.
Why do you watch our videos? No one watches our videos. It's just us. Also,
No, they do.
Also, why is Spider-Man's arm also his foot?
What? No.
Yeah.
No. It's the shadow.
Yeah,
It's
but like as like a passing by type of angle, his shoulder goes into his foot and then becomes his arm. The anatomy.
It's a blur of the picture.
What picture?
If you look at
it's a drawing.
if you look at the
it's a drawing.
If you look at the pencils of Brian Michael Bendis' cover, it's clear what's going on.
Fuck you! It's my head canon that his foot turns into an arm. All right, as you can tell, we're covering Ultimate Spider-Man. Want to tell the audience why, Lala, or are we just gonna pretend to be dumb?
No, we're covering Ultimate Spider-Man because the Marco Cicchetto and
Hickman
and Jonathan Hickman Amazing Spider-Man book, Ultimate Spider-Man book. It just came out like today. Today's the Wednesday. This episode's coming out on Friday.
It's Wednesday,
but,
my dude.
No. We are stupid.
I'm losing all of our brain cells in one fell swoop. Alright, let's get into the book.
Hold on. I'm going to go over like a quick runtime of what the timeline on this book, because this book came out in the year 2000.
Before
at a time where... Before 9/11. At a time where the name and the title of Amazing Spider-Man was just tarnished by the editorial bullshit, and they went on to create this title outside of continuity just to stop the Amazing Spider-Man book to bog down this new book.
What I read is this they can restart a continuity, so have an easy jumping on point for new readers of Marvel to get new readers into the comic book industry.
Yeah, and that was basically the plan created by Bill Jemas, Joe Quesada, Brian Michael Bendis. They all like big heads over at Marvel. They were like, let's just get a brand new book to jumpstart readers. And kind of have a new jumping off point, which is funny enough, basically what's going on right now. The Amazing Spider-Man book, it sucks. So they're creating a brand new book, which is Ultimate Spider-Man, written by big creatives on the industry.
Fun fact, do you know that they also attempted to reboot the mainline Amazing Spider-Man line, but that failed horribly?
Yeah, they did. With Chapter 1, written by John Byrne.
Yes.
That was in 1998. Chapter 1 was that was one of the warnings that they gave Brian Michael Bendis when he was rebooting Amazing Spider-Man. And rebooting Spider-Man. And his logic behind it is like, no. We're not saying that over there didn't happen. We're just putting something over here.
Which also gave both the Ultimate, which I would argue probably it was the most impactful thing in the entire comic book landscape.
Well, yeah.
Wanna know why? Because without the Ultimates, we wouldn't have
brought some creatives from the TV world into comic book world, and they allowed them. One of them being Joss Whedon, who allowed the birth of the MCU.
Well, I was gonna say because without the Ultimates, we wouldn't have the Ultimate Avengers films, which wouldn't kind of introduced Lionsgate and all these kind of small studios to the Marvel properties. Then also the
What the fuck were they thinking back then?
Plus also the Black Nick Fury part. No fun fact.
Nick Fury being a he
No,
actually
Lalo, no use of the game award, Lalo.
no. He actually Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, everyone
almost dude Marvel.
Yes, everyone knows the story, Lalo. Everyone knows the story.
Anyway, we're starting this book, and it starts like the movie Spider-Man from 2002. We started this book at a lab where we meet. In this lab is Oscorp, like in the movie.
Is he a bit of a scientist himself?
He's a bit of a scientist himself. And he'll tell you. Just ask him. He'll also break your girlfriend's neck.
Nah, that's later
he doesn't,
on.
But like,
which we've also covered on the channel.
We also covered on the so go watch it. He is displaying this brand new specimen that he has created, the Oz with the Oz formula. The Oz formula, it's just this generation's attempt to the super soldier serum, and he imbued a spider with the Oz formula.
You know, as one does,
and as you should, as you absolutely should. And we see like the spider like crawling out of the cage where it's kept. Where we cut back to the mall, the Westwood Farm Mall, at the food court, and we meet Peter Parker, a young scientific kid, a young scientist who is just a bookworm and a nerd, and is displayed by being bullied.
You can tell he's a
by
geek.
The jock.
You can tell he's a geek by the circular glasses.
He's wearing round glasses. I'm surprised they're not that are not bottle bottom glasses.
Actually,
he's wearing Harry Potter glasses and terrible hair.
Well, he's also walking Harry Potter Hill.
No, Harry Potter had more of like.
Do I need to pull a picture? Do I need to pull a picture of Harry Potter in the later films?
Yeah, actually, pull up a picture of Harry Potter right now. Harry Priest?
Huh?
I don't know. Harry Potter. Oh yeah, he has Harry Potter hair. God damn it.
Yeah, get fucked.
That's awful.
Fucked. Especially like the dark,
that looks like
Deathly Hallows, the Deathly Hallows era of like Peter Paul.
No, I would say more like Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, no, look, there's the Harry Potter. He even has the glasses.
This is a year before Harry Potter 2 as well. This is a year prior to the Philosopher's Stone.
Okay, that doesn't really
came out.
Doesn't really impact anything considering. Okay, no, Lala, what the fuck you mean? That this is Deathly Hallows. I can't send him an image. Oh no, I don't want to open up X. Why would I want to open up X? What the fuck am I opening up X? Sorry. Getting back on track. We have our main protagonist Harry Potter in the mall. I wonder if he's gonna get bit by a spider and send to Hogwarts.
They're throwing shit at him. They're just throwing food, and they dump his food into himself, and Peter's like upset, and then Uncle Ben is like puts his hand around his bag, just has dinner with his only begotten son. And at school, everyone's just still giving him shit.
As one does.
And the only one that's actually like giving him a break is his best friend, Harry Osborn.
Too cool for kids school.
Which
wait, no.
I disagree, because if he was really his best friend, he would just bully him more.
Wait. I fucked up that saying. The too cool for school kid.
The two cool kids in school.
The two kid for school. I think that's what I said.
What the
That's what I said. I'm
Jesus
losing it.
Christ, Robert.
I'm losing it. Okay, don't judge me.
And-
I promise I'll get my mojo back once we start producing more content, right, Lalo?
Yeah, I hope so.
I had no mojo to begin with, Mr. Flash.
And basically they're in gym class.
Holy shit! Is
Peter's
this
like-
Amazing Spider-Man 1?
Close. Later. Give it a couple issues.
You didn't get that joke, did
Flash
you?
is like,
You didn't get that joke, did you?
no, I did. I did get that joke. Give it a couple issues. It'll get there. That scene is gonna happen.
Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, the scene is gonna happen.
I want to hang myself now.
Um,
That's it. That's my 13th reason. I'm out of here. Sorry, Lolly. Gotta find a new co-host.
No.
No,
Anyway.
don't go.
Flash is like giving Peter shit. The coach, the gym teacher is like, throw the fucking ball, Parker. Throw the ball, and he throws the ball and he completely misses.
Damn,
And you can see like
that coach is caked up.
you can see like
That coach is caked
you can
up.
see like holes. You can see like holes on the wall from Peter just constantly like missing the ball and hitting the concrete.
Bro, that coach is caked up.
Jesus Christ. And Peter is just pissed.
Womp womp.
And like life sucks. And he's reading, all he's doing is reading and reading it. And even at the dinner table, he's reading. And his Aunt May is like, you are just like your father. Because in this, his father is a scientist, or at least was a scientist, before they died in a mysterious plane crash.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
It sucks. And Aunt May is like trying to get Peter's attention, and Peter's like, yes, Aunt May. And Harry comes over later. He's showing off all his like Peter's chemistry stuff, and he's actually tutoring him up for class. And Harry goes back home, and his dad is just an asshole.
As you expect, no one.
It's kind of like juxtaposition to Peter's life. How much of an asshole, like, even though Peter's life, like his parents aren't around, but he has his aunt and an uncle, and Harry's like dad is there, and he's just a dick who genuinely doesn't care about his son.
Womp womp.
Next morning, by the way, Mr. Osborn says something about like an expedition that they're taking to Oscorp in the morning, and Harry has to go to sleep like right fucking now. The next morning, they're at Oscorp, and Peter's like talking to Mary. They're like giving a presentation. Peter's listening very, very carefully until suddenly a ray of pain.
It's like that one scene from that one piece of popular media.
Yeah, he's bitten by the spider. He flares his hand, and that spider lands on Mary Jane. She brushes it off. Peter's just burning in pain. Tong smashes the spider. Mr. Osborn pulls him aside and says, you owe me $300 million worth of studies. No, I'm just kidding. And Peter just passes out on the floor. That over at the bus, he wakes up. They patch him up. He's all right. He's all good to go. And a representative is having a conversation with Norman, and Norman is like, "So what are we expecting? Are we expecting a lawsuit?" And the guy is like, "No, they'll sue the school. They'll sue the school. And Norman's like, school have no money. They're gonna sue us." After that, Norman is like, well, just if we pay for a hospital bill, they'll take it as an admission of guilt. Norman's like, no. Just pay the hospital bill. Send a fruit basket. And the guy is like, why? Because we need to. I want to keep an eye on the kid. So if you send a fruit basket, he's gonna expect us around his life. Um. After that, Peter wakes up the next morning. Like Peter's all right, and at school they're playing this game where he's basically like,
It's like that one scene
let's
from the
see.
piece of popular media again. Crazy.
Once the game is basically we kick you. Depending on where we kick you, we get points out of it. And Kong swings at Peter. Peter turns around, grabs him by the foot, and shoves him into the floor. And Peter's like, what? Oh my gosh. And a teacher is there like, Kenny Kong, I am so upset. How many times I have to tell you? And then Peter just passes the fuck out.
Never back down, never what?
Over at the hospital, they're like, Mr. Parker, are you okay? And Peter wakes up and is like, man, I've never felt better in my life. And they're like, are you shitting me, man? You fainted like twice today. And they're trying to they're getting blood out of him. And that blood is actually taken by a mysterious person.
Spooky.
Who we later find out works by Norman Osborn.
Who would have fucking guessed?
And they find out oh shit, this kid is Spider-Man. Like immediately. People find out in this book.
Can we talk about the fact that this book was still written in the 2000s, so the older generation always is concerned about marijuana usage? Have you been taking any drugs at all? Marijuana? Peter with a happy face. No, of course not.
Anyway, Norman is taking a. Basically, Peter's like talking to Uncle Ben and Aunt May. They give him banana cake. He is like, just eat. You just need to eat. That's the whole remedy. That's Uncle Ben's remedy for everything wrong in Peter Parker's body. Just have a fucking snack, because you're skinny as hell.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Honestly, it's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. Sometimes you just gotta eat.
Also, can we talk
Man's
about the fact,
gotta eat.
what type of high school has like a field trip that's like maybe a class period?
Oh no, they interrupted the entire field trip because Peter Parker the fuck out.
Okay, and they oh shit, this thing has a big ass bite on him. They didn't just take him to the hospital? They didn't take him to EMS? So that could be fine.
They did that afternoon, and then Norman that's where Norman was like, pay the hospital bill, and send a fruit basket.
Real.
And
okay.
That was days later. That afternoon, so the conversation where they were explaining when Norman just said that was that night. Peter passed out, they put him in the bus, and they sent him to the hospital, and that was the end of the field trip because everyone then after that went home. That morning after, Peter is just walking to school. He's walking to school, reading his book, and then suddenly his spider sense goes off because the car is running. Is the guy who took the blood was running after Peter, trying to hit him with his car. Peter jumps out, does a backflip, lands behind the car, and the guy is like a goddamn grasshopper. What the hell what was that?
Actually, he's something more like a spider.
And he's like, "Do I shoot him?" And Norman's like, "No, don't fucking shoot. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't shoot the kid. I need him alive." And he's like, "Ah, okay." Puts the gun away. And Peter's like, "What the hell was that?"
Methamphetamines. Ka-chow.
So he runs back home, goes onto his computer, logs in, basically Googles what any research Oscar was doing with spiders.
Why would they?
Spends a whole day.
Why?
Spends a whole day at home.
At what point would they announce? Congratulations, guys. Yeah, we're working on Captain America, that borderline war criminal in this universe at least. USA, USA, USA,
USA.
Yeah, we're trying to recreate that, but through spiders.
But with spiders.
Why would they?
They were like.
Why would they publicly announce that this man hacked into Osborn's industry?
No, he didn't. He just Googled that shit.
The fuck you mean?
And then he spends a whole day at his in the basement just Googling shit up. And he didn't go to school. And Aunt May was like, I'm sorry. I got a call in my office from the school today, and you didn't go today. What were you doing? I was here. And like, really? You were here. You didn't go to school. Why didn't you go to school? Like, because I didn't feel like it. Oh. And Aunt May goes on like, oh, did you hear that, Ben? He didn't feel like going to school. I guess that's fine. That's a completely perfect explanation of why not going to school. He just didn't feel like it.
All right, okay.
Of course it's not fine.
Okay, 1 second. This is the day after he just passed out in the middle of school.
It's around that same week, yeah?
It's the same week. Okay. I think it's perfectly reasonable for not really feeling to go to school. Right?
And Peter basically says like, why? Why would I go? They're gonna make fun of me again. They keep making fun of me. It doesn't matter. I don't want to bring a gun to school. Kidding.
I'm pumped.
Like that kid during the other Spider-Man book that we covered. And Peter was like, and while he was being yelled at, he was clinging onto the wall.
I hate when that happens, don't you?
And Uncle Ben was like, why don't you go to your room? And as he does that, he rips off some of the wall. And he just slams the door to his room. Uncle Ben is like, May, give him a break. Like, yeah, he gets bullied at school. Like, let's cut him some slack.
Yeah.
And Aunt May is like, you're right. Maybe I'll bring him some banana bread later.
This fucking
like,
family of banana bread. This banana bread's pretty fucking tasty, but holy fuck, it's not a fix-all, people. Come on.
And Uncle Ben is like, Aunt May is like, I'll bring him something to eat. Like, I'll bring him, and Uncle Ben is like, he was sent to his room. That's punishment enough. Because Aunt May's food is terrible. Peter starts looking at his hands. He starts looking at the ceiling. He turns around and starts clinging against the wall.
Spider-Man.
Only to show that he is upside down on his ceiling.
Because he was inverted. No?
Next issue, please.
Nothing about that one, Lalo?
I just decided to move on.
Come on, I know you want to say something.
What was it? Tell me again.
Because he was inverted.
Huh?
Top Gun.
Oh,
Because he's on He's on the ceiling, Lalo. He's inverted.
Yeah, he was inverted. Yeah,
He's, yeah. There we go. You get it.
yeah. Anyway,
Oh, I like even the recaps, like not a newspaper, it's a website.
it's a website. Yeah, it's not like
Boy,
in
this
current
really
Spider-Man comics.
this really shows its age.
And it does. It's like crappy website. That next morning, like a professor is giving a lesson on economics and bullshit. I don't know. I wasn't reading the actual lesson. Okay. And Peter's like annoyed in class.
He needs to crack his back, I think.
Yeah. And he does that. He cracks his back like we all did in high school every once in a while. I would do that.
Okay,
He cracks his back and
okay, Lalo, we did not have those horrible desks in high school. We actually had really nice tables and chairs. We had really chairs.
yeah, I was still cracking my back during math class.
You also read I remember one time you reading this book in math class. You forget about that?
Yeah, I wasn't. I did. I was reading that book.
Remember, kids, please pay attention in school. Also end up reading we're talking about comic books online like losers. So remember that, kids. Pay attention in class.
Peter was basically like he basically breaks the desk, just shatters it completely. And that's the name of the story today. Growing Pains. After that, Flash is like, look at fucking loser Parker. And it's like, why don't you back the hell off before I bash in your head?
Womp womp.
He doesn't say that. He says, hey, how about you shut up? Shut that stupid face of yours, or I'll shut it for you. And Flash just starts laughing at him. Like, look at him. The kid thinks he's Spider-Man or something. He doesn't say that either. But that's something I was told in high school. Totally. I was totally called that when I tried to stand up for myself.
Lalo,
Lalo, buddy. Then I would sweep the leg and.
You know how many times you struck the Spider-Man pose in high school?
Irrelevant.
The man, you really thought you were Spider-Man in high school.
Hey. Who the fuck asked you?
Hey, I'm just being an impartial commentary guy here, okay? You brought me along for this thing. You said you were saying these things. You best be expected to be fact-checked on these things. Come my ass notes.
So, Peter's in gym class, and basically just he is getting destroyed, both emotionally and physically, by the coach. In the meantime, Flash is hitting on Mary Jane. Not actual Mary Jane, but like the person, Mary Jane. I said that out. I said it. Then I thought about it, and then it sounded bad either way.
You said hitting on. Right? Hitting on, it means, acting in a flirtatious panel. Now, if you said hitting Mary Jane, then you would have to, emphasize the person.
Or hitting up. Hitting up was also something that I was about to say.
That doesn't sound bad either. Just hitting Mary Jane sounds bad in either context. Either you're getting higher than a kite, or you're becoming the next Chris Brown.
Physical abuser for physical use.
Becoming the next Chris Brown. Come on, let's be fucking straight with you guys. You're adults. We can cuss on the channel.
Anyway, and Mary Jane is clearly not interested. By the way,
womp womp.
She is, and Peter's hits the rim of the ball of the basket and just smashes Flash's face with the basketball.
Question is, did you scream Kobe before the shot?
He did not. Kobe Bryant. I don't think Kobe Bryant was playing back then.
We don't worry about that fact. If you scream Kobe, either way it would have worked.
Now,
Huh?
goddamn.
Am I wrong? Now, exactly.
You're not.
Exactly.
He would have said 9/11, or here comes the 9/11.
9/11 hasn't happened yet.
That's fair. That hasn't happened yet. And Flash was the coach. I love the coach. What the coach says, like, "Oh my, finally you can hit something." And Flash is like, "Parker, you're fucking dead. Like you're dead. Meet me after school. Yeah, meet me after school, which is basically like 6, because they're currently in 6th period. So like he's like 3 o'clock is just an hour away, Parker." And the coach sends him to the shit. He's like, "Thompson, hit the showers." He's like, "I didn't do shit. Just got hit." Which I'm gonna be fair. Can
we hold up.
He didn't do anything.
Can we talk about the entire, trash talk? 3 o'clock is only 1 hour away. Really? What's 5 plus 4?
He's calling him stupid.
I know, Lala. That's why I find it funny.
Yeah.
Our audience is also
like,
not
really?
stupid. They have media literacy, Lalo. Who would have guessed? Unlike Zack Snyder, but that's besides the point.
And Flash is like, "I didn't do anything. Which I'm gonna side with Flash on this one. The coach is wrong. Peter threw the ball. He instigated this. Anyway, Peter looks at Mary Jane. She says thank you. He's all happy. And then after class, Flash is gonna beat the shit out of Peter. Peter's actually like holding on his own. He's not hitting him because he would bash his head with one punch.
Yeah, we've actually seen Unbridled Rage of Spider-Man before. Not fucking Scorpion's dog clean off.
Dr. Octopus in Peter Parker's body, he just knocked down the Scorpion's jaw.
We need to do that next, Lalo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have that book.
Also, especially considering the fact that the new one just came out in like December.
They brought back Dan's Love Superior Spider-Man. You're right.
Small side tangents. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you instigated that. Anyway, Flash is like hitting Peter. Peter's just dodging him, like taunting him, like, "Whoops, too slow. Whoop, you're almost there. You almost got me." And then Flash is like, "Stop being a pussy and hit me." And Peter's like, "Flash, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. And then he extends his hand and stops Flash's fist, which breaks Flash's hand.
Womp womp.
And Peter's like starts crying. Because, like, of course you would.
You just
broke a kid's hand at school. It doesn't matter that it's your bully. You just broke someone's hand. Anyway, that night, Kong is telling, like, Harry the story of, like, what happened, because I don't know what the fuck Harry was doing. I guess he skipped school that day. And Mr. Osborn overhears it and is like, "Hey, you're friends with that Parker kid, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, why don't you and him come over to my lab and I'll show you around." And it's sad because Harry's like, "Really? You want me in your lab?" And like, "Yeah, you and Peter will like both hang out at my lab. It'll be fine. It'll be cool. It'll be baller." And Harry's like, "Yay." Meantime, Peter is at home getting chewed out by his aunt and uncle for getting into a fight. Not only getting into a fight, but also breaking that kid's hand.
He did not do a single thing. He just put out his hand. It's not his fault that kid's hand.
How do you explain that? Like Flash's hand is just brittle as paper.
Who knows? Maybe. I put up my hand to stop the punch, and then he must have had some previous sports injury that went untreated for too long.
That's
And
fucking fair. That
boom.
is fucking fair.
His hand finally gave out.
Well, it doesn't matter because
Boom.
the Thompsons are suing him.
For what? For defending himself? It's a standard ground state. Self-defense.
That
Self-defense.
But
The
it doesn't matter.
The
Like
Thompsons have no case. Get Dale up in this bitch.
Matthew's like 22.
So what? He's out of law school, I think, at that point.
He's not.
Just shut the fuck up. No one asked you.
Anyway. Alex, they can't afford a lawyer. That's also a thing that the Parkers say. Like, they can't afford a lawyer. They might as well just pay the medical bill. And Peter's like, I didn't do anything. Like, what was I supposed to do? Like, allow myself to be picked on? Like, no.
Never back down, never what?
Peter's back, like, goes up this, like, he leaves, he goes upstairs. And Ant-Man and Uncle Ben are like, what are we gonna do? Like, we'll put it on the credit card. It's maxed out, but like whatever.
Look, he says the Uncle Ben says the name of the issue. Look.
They're just growing pains.
That's all it is, May. Growing pains. Look, it's the title of the issue.
Peter's like crying upstairs, and then middle of the night he leaves his room and goes to a junkyard. And just starts like jumping around, clinging around. He lifts up a car. And he calls himself like Hercules. Next morning, he wakes up and he apologized to Uncle Ben and Aunt May about everything he said because he called them like cowards.
Ooh, spooky.
And Uncle Ben is like, it's fine. Like, you don't owe us an apology. Over at Oscorp, that morning after, Peter's like, hey, this is great. Thank you for inviting me, Harry. Like, yada, yada, yada. And then suddenly Dr. Otto Octavius pulls out of nowhere, jabs the needle into Peter Parker's hand. It takes about a liter of blood.
Man had no chill. Man had one mission. And he did that mission fucking perfectly.
And Peter's like, hey, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? And like, this is regular. It's like routine. It's just routine, Mr. Parker. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no one's had his sample in processing for a solid 20 years. Don't worry about it.
They're at Oscorp.
Exactly.
They're not at a hospital. And Peter's like, no, screw that. And he just dips. He dips out. And Harry's like, Peter, where are you going? Peter. Because Harry knows that now that Peter left, the tour's over.
Womp womp.
That same afternoon, Norman is examining the blood. And they confirm that, yeah, Peter Parker is he was super powered by the spider.
He is, in fact, a super soldier.
He is, in fact, a Spider-Man.
Who would have fucking guessed? Crazy, even.
Into the third issue.
Holy shit. Look at that. We're making speed now, aren't we? That was just a filler issue, wasn't it?
No, it actually follows the story. Here's the thing. They're covering Spider-Man's origin
15 pages
into 50 days. Brian Michael Bendis looked at the original script for Amazing Spider-Man for Amazing Fantasy 15 and said, "I'm building a universe right now."
Hey, Lala, good
he
thing.
said, "Hold my beer."
Look at this. approved by the Comic Code Authority.
Oh my, thank you so much. Fucking
Gotcha.
nerd.
What the fuck you mean? That's you, loser.
No, the Comics Code Authority were a bunch of nerds. Fuck them.
Yeah, well, you're also a nerd, so. Oh,
I'm not one of those.
I like the mouse. How Stein realized there's a mouse on the previously on thing on the website.
Yeah. Ultimate Spider-Man. Previously. Anyway, we have like recordings of Peter Parker and being bitten by the spider, and now we have proof that that spider actually gave him superpowers. So Peter Parker is just over. Norman's like, yes, we got him now.
Hashtag Peter Parker's over party.
Over at the mall, Crusher Hogan is just displaying his strength at the UCW. And they're announcing that they're having a big competition. Whoever can last 3 minutes with this guy on the ring wins like $1,000 something dollars.
Hold
I think it's $3,000.
Can we talk about this is the peak of like early 2000s to mid 2000s fashion? That MJ, right, is wearing a knockoff Old Navy short.
Yeah.
You know how mid 2000s Old Navy is? It's
Like-
so mid 2000s.
It's still around too, and it still looks outdated.
Yeah, it really does. So does the entire idea of a wrestling match.
They're at the mall. They're at the mall, and they're like, "We're having this big thing. Whoever can last 3 minutes in the ring with Crusher Hogan wins $3,000, which is just about the exact amount of money that Peter Parker needs to pay back his Flash Thompson's medical bills.
Convenient, right?
Even though they've already been paid off, but like whatever.
Well, no, because he's trying to get it back to Uncle Ben.
To his uncle in an end. Yeah, because he paid it. He paid it like.
Yes.
He paid it on a credit card.
We
Yes.
know that. We've already established that.
Anyway, Kong is like, "I'll do it right now." He's like, "Whoa, how old are you?" And Kong is like, "I'm 16." No. You gotta be 18 or older. You gotta sign a waiver before you can actually get in the ring with us. And Kong is like, "Man, bullshit. You know, you're just saying that because you know I would beat you."
Actually,
and they like
21.
walk away.
It says 21 though.
Since 21?
No way,
Oh,
youngster.
okay.
21 and up. Sorry. No way. Insurance purposes. Oh my, total rip.
Get us driver's license and we'll talk.
Jesus Christ. Oh my. Who the hell speaks like that? Oh my, total rip.
That's the 2000s, man. He's 15 and
I lost brain cells on that one.
he's 15. That same night, Peter Parker goes home and makes this crappy Spider-Man suit.
Oh, look, it kind of looks like Miles Morales, to be honest.
Funny enough, that's like 12 years prior to Miles.
I know, that's why I fucking said it.
Yeah. Anyway, he's like ready to fight. He goes on the ring. He's like,
no. You know what he looks like? He looks like Jack of Hearts. Kind
The
of.
fuck?
Jack of Hearts, the West Coast Avenger?
Oh my god. Ugh!
Am I wrong?
Shut up.
Am I wrong?
Shut up.
I am not wrong, am
You're
I?
not. You're not. Shut up.
You know, shout out to the most recent one of She-Hulk for making him relevant again.
He jumps into the ring. He's like, "I got something to tell you, Crusher Hogan." And they're like, "Can you pay me on the sly?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And Peter just mops the floor with him, lifts him over his shoulders, smashes him into the floor, and he's out cold.
That's cheating?
They don't comment on the fact that wrestling is fake.
I think that's cheating, to be completely frank. You know, No, the whole entire power and responsibility thing, I'm not there yet, is it?
Nah, because my man hasn't like learned it or anything. That same night, the Parkers are getting ready to go to bed, and Uncle Ben finds an envelope on the floor. Which envelope has the $3,000 and a letter from the school committee of Midtown High,
The fuck you.
saying that the whole Flash fiasco was bullshit, and that all the teachers got together and decided to give the Parkers this amount of money.
You know how unbelievable
Which
that
is
sounds?
absolute bullshit, because the teacher would never like do that. They would get fired.
Yeah,
They would get fired.
that-
First of all,
That sounds so unbelievable. It's not even funny.
they could have come up with a better lie.
Yeah, I think Yeah, this is Peter Parker. I was slinging hash on the street all day. That's where this money came from. That'd be more believable.
A guy just offered me $3,000 for sucking his dick. That's
Hey,
all he had to say.
That's okay.
That's a good deal. I'll take that deal.
$3,000 for like what? Maybe 5 minutes of work at most.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. I'll take that.
Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about?
I have no idea.
Moving forward.
Morning after, the coach is like talking to Peter, like, "Hey, you did pretty good against and the other day, and we are also missing a student. We are missing a member of the team because Flash Thompson just happened to break his hand."
Womp womp.
Dude, you don't happen to know anything about that, do you?
No.
Peter's like, "No, nah." And of course, no one's gonna snitch on him because snitches get stitches,
Exactly, especially in 2000s.
especially in the 2000s. So he offers Peter Flash's spot on the basketball team.
Kobe.
And then Flash is like, "No, coach, I can play, I swear." And he's like, "Flash, look at yourself. You have like one hand."
Sometimes all you need is one hand.
And he's like, "Okay, yeah, but Parker? Really?" And Peter's like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll be there." And he just joins the basketball team.
Okay, again. At what point do the other team says, "Hey, yo, what the fuck's going on?"
Look at the score, too. It's 114-26.
I'm sure they would call that game way before that.
They would have sent him to the bench.
They
He
would
was
have.
like, "What the hell? Look at him."
They would have probably got suspicious after the 19th dunk.
After like 80, probably like after the score was 30-26, they would have gotten like, "Hey, what the hell is this?"
My question is, how the fuck did they get those 26 points?
It was before Peter Parker jumped into the field.
Oh, okay. So there's like,
I imagine. So I don't know.
Peter Parker being resolved, and great power comes great responsibility.
No, there's really no responsibility.
They got the 26 points. Peter Parker's like, no, fuck power and responsibility. I got the power. I got the moves.
I want to imagine that the coach was like resilient of letting Parker in yet. Half the game, he was like, "Yeah, you can wait. You can wait. You'll get in the second half of the game." After the second half, like Peter was like, "Okay, fuck it.
My question.
You'll hold my beer."
My question is, how come no one's fucking flagging any of these plays? The man comes jacked overnight. How did that happen? There was some lots of major gaps in logic.
Well, Peter would. He was always like known for wearing like baggy clothing. So, like, you don't know what's in there. He could have been ripped the whole entire time.
Okay, but his sports ability, though, Lalo, overnight is exponentially, almost infinitely increased. Overnight.
Yeah, that motherfucker cheating.
Don't know how, but that motherfucker cheated.
And on the Bible, that motherfucker cheated. And Peter's like having it good with Mary Jane, and at the same time, he has to reject her because he has to go fight wrestlers. So by day, he is mopping the floor with high school kids, and by night, he is mopping the floor with adult men on a wrestling ring.
Okay, my question is, why hasn't anyone asked for his driver's license? Any form of identification at all?
Hey, I'll pay for this kind of showmanship, dude. What the hell? No, fuck it. I'll pay for that. You are creating a show. That's what we want. We want someone to make a show. I'll pay you $100 under the table for this night.
My man, they turned down Kong because he wasn't 21.
Well, he's wearing a mask the whole time. They're just paying him under the table, and they actually mentioned that later because after the fight, they call him up to the office. They pay him up, and the guy gives him a suit and like here, I get it that you don't want us to see your face. You don't want us to see anything. But here, take this suit, take it home because you look like shit. Who made that? Daredevil?
Yeah.
And it's like, my wife. Because that's actually what happens in the original continuity.
What the fuck?
In the original continuity, there's a moment where Peter actually gets a seamstress, right?
Yes.
And the seamstress is looking at the suit and is like, who made this? Daredevil? And Peter's like, my wife. Because back then, that's who was making the Spider-Man suits.
Oh, this is back.
It was Mary Jane.
This was back before. What was it? One More Day.
Yeah, it was way before One More Day. It was during the 70s or 80s, like the 80s or 90s, actually.
I was gonna say,
Peter Parker goes home.
Didn't they get married in the 80s?
They got married in 84.
So yes, they got married.
85.
They got married in the 80s.
89.
Yeah. They still got married in the 80s. Shut up.
Yeah, late 80s.
The 80s is still the 80s.
Anyway, you mean 89 is still the 80s?
Shut the fuck up and get on with it.
He is like looking at the suit, and right now it's just a prototype. Like, of course, like he mentions that he wants a logo where the logo should be, and maybe webs.
Eventually, maybe.
Eventually, yeah. Hopefully one day. And that same night, Harry Osborn walks into Oscorp in the Oscorp laboratories, where he sees his father like half naked, strapped to a machine.
I hate when you walk in your father half naked, strapped to a machine. Don't you?
And they're like, okay, hold on. First of all, when I said I wanted this building on lockdown, that meant my dumbass of a son. Like, what the hell? And the guy's like real cool. He's like, come on, I'm sorry, your father's an asshole. Let's go. And then they set up everything, and the machine explodes.
Womp womp. Moving on to issue number 4.
Yeah, issue 4. Yeah, everyone around the lab is fucking dead, including Harry's mom. Surprisingly, Harry made it out alive.
Lyle, wake up! They hit Oscorp Tower! Real horrible people.
Absolutely.
The book's loading.
Dr. Otto's arms, yeah, they were fused into his body.
Is that how they got the retconning into that one?
No, he already had the arms.
Well, yeah.
They were just infused into, like, bonded into his body.
Nice.
Like in the actual comics.
Yes.
And the lab is fucking destroyed. Poorly
Poorly aged comic panels.
And Peter's like mopping the floor again with Crusher Hogan because apparently these two motherfuckers have a rivalry of some sort or something like that.
Yeah. Well, Joseph probably the only two wrestlers this promoter has.
No, they have an entire league. This is like the WWE.
Details, don't worry about it.
Because after the fight, they call him up to the office, and there's a whole like league of wrestlers just lining up, like yelling, like, "What the fuck, Park? Like, what the fuck, man? You're the only one we don't have a retainer. You're the only one we don't have a social security. We don't have any information on. You must be the one who stole the tail." And Spider-Man's like, "What? No." And everyone's like, "Get him!" And Spider-Man jumps out of the way and he leaves.
Okay, my question is, they just took down one of the biggest stars they have, right?
Yeah, they just ganged up on him.
What would they think was going to happen? The man just got done pummeling something that was a man that was probably 3 times his body weight.
Like 3 times his size.
Like it was fucking a piece of paper. What the fuck are they all thinking?
Not just that. 3 times his size, 4 times his body mass.
Yeah. Plot twist.
Anyway.
He actually did, in fact, steal the till.
he was the one who stole the till. Crusher Hogan was the one who stole the till.
No, I'm talking about Spider-Man.
Oh, Peter.
Plot twist.
Fuck Great Power, Great Responsibility. No, he wasn't. And we don't find out who did it.
Lame.
As he's going out, like he's like, well, my wrestling career is over. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna get money? And a guy is robbing a bodega. And Peter like gets out of the way, lets him pass. The cop is like, "What the hell is your problem, man?" And the owner of the bodega was like, "What the hell is your deal, man?" Like, "What? I don't care. Why would I get involved? He had a gun. Fuck off."
Okay.
And he walks away.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out, though.
What does he got to do?
I think the fact exactly, he's a teenager walking at nighttime, ran across someone who has a gun. You know what they say?
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking hero. Live another day. Money can be replaced. Human lives cannot.
Yeah, but this guy doesn't care. He's a New Yorker. He don't give a shit. Like, hey, yo, what the fuck, man?
It's not even like he's It's not even like he's employed by the bodega or anything. Like,
right, exactly. It's not like in the Amazing.
He doesn't get paid shit. Why would he care?
Why would I get involved? You're the one. Why didn't you do anything? And then Peter goes back home, and Aunt May and Uncle Ben are waiting for him because he has a D in English.
What's 1 + 10? The Adventures of Odyssey and the Iliad.
He didn't read the Odyssey, man. Why would you? That book sucks. Don't tell Mads I said that.
She's probably gonna watch the video. You know that, right?
I'm well aware.
No, I was making a joke about, I started the question off with a math question, and then I led into with a book title.
Anyway, and Peter's like, why would it? It doesn't matter. Like I've been paying like stuff around the house. Like, why does it matter if I go to school or not? Like, the hell? And Aunt May is just like, it matters because that's your future. Like, what is your problem, Peter? And Peter just says, screw this, and leaves the house.
I don't like this poodle. This poodle's a dick.
Well, that's 60s and 70s, Peter Parker.
Poodle, you get it? Dick. Poodle. You don't get it, do you?
Oh my god.
That was an accidental pun, guys. I'm the greatest, aren't I?
And Peter like goes out he goes to Kong's house. Kong is watching the news. Peter knocks on his door and is like, "Hey Kong, can I crash in here?"
It's Deadpool.
Kong... No, it's actually Spider-Man.
The fuck you mean that's Spider-Man? That's Deadpool. Shut the fuck up.
No, well, Spider-Man doesn't have webbings yet.
Exactly, so it's Deadpool.
No, like it's Spider-Man because Peter asks him about the T-shirt. Like, where did you get that T-shirt? It's like, dude, that dude is awesome. He's insane. And Peter's like, no, like for real. Where did you get that T-shirt? I didn't get any fucking royalties out of it.
I mean, do you blame him? I don't blame him.
I don't blame him. Basically, Kong says like, yeah, you can stay over. My parents are absentees anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. They're not gonna notice that you're here. They're not gonna notice that you're not. They're not gonna notice anything because they're not here. And then he invites him to a high school party.
Oh, he's a cool
where
kid now, huh?
Liz Allen is definitely hitting on him. And Peter's like, she's also like fucking pissed drunk.
Because, you know,
and Peter's like,
2000s teen drama type of stuff.
no, Peter's like, are you drunk? And she's like, a little bit. Do you think you should be drinking? A little bit.
A little. I'm already a little drunk. Give me another beer.
And she's like she's throwing herself at him. And Mary Jane like sees him and it's like, no, Mary Jane, no. And he goes after her. He goes to the door. And he sees Uncle Ben right there.
It's a trap.
And Uncle Ben is like, we're leaving. What are you doing, Peter? What the hell is going on? And Peter's like, you're embarrassing me right now. What are you doing here? It's like my Peter Parker, my son, Peter Parker would not have been. His biggest worry wouldn't have been that I'm embarrassing him right now. And Peter's like, listen, you're just like your father. And that's great. That's amazing. That's fantastic. But your father had a philosophy, a principle, really. He believed that if you have the ability to do good things, you have a moral obligation to do those things. That was at stake here. This isn't about choice. It's about your responsibility to the world. And Peter's like, so like what? You get to impart me on wisdom through my father gets to impart wisdom through you? No, screw that. Where is he? If my father cared so much about me, where the hell is he right now? And Peter just leaves.
I mean, that's Phil. Oh, look, it's the Goblin. Spooky.
Yeah, Norman becomes a goblin man.
By far,
Like
I think this is the stupidest part about the Ultimate Spider-Man.
This book?
Yeah.
No, I agree entirely. That watching the Green Norman Osborn turn into a giant goblin demon.
The entire gimmick of the Green Goblin is it's Peter Parker's. It's like the foil. It's like the Batman Joker dynamic. Two sides of the same coin. Now they kind of just say, you know what? That don't have two sides of the same coin thing. Fuck that.
It's literal because Goblin Man. And Peter's just like roaming around his house. He's like, he's jumping over.
Again, you can tell this is the early 2000s because the edgy thunder strikes.
Because of how edgy it is.
It's raining the edginess as he's standing on the rooftop of a building.
This is literally the Daredevil movie. 3 years later, 3 years early.
Any new metal rock song around the same time.
No, you know what? What I've Done by Linkin Park is playing in the background right now.
Okay, that was 8 years. Shut the fuck up. 7 years, actually.
Damn it!
You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, it's gonna make this cheesy ass CGI background. Just him being all moody and edgy. Alright, moving forward.
And then he goes home, and the police is there.
Also, I don't like this ending. The ending panel. It's just like the Spider-Man light, but not really the.
Into the next issue.
Spooky.
The last one.
Nuh-uh.
Previously.
Not the last one. There's at least another 900 books in this series, probably.
There's 160 Amazing Ultimate Spider-Man books, and that's before like
Does that count?
Miles Morales comes into play.
Does that even count the revamp they did in 2013? Was it 20 right before Secret Wars came out?
No, there's 144 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man, and then there's like another 14 that they did after that was the relaunch after Ultimatum.
Ka-chow.
And that led into Death of Spider-Man.
Spooky.
Anyway, we see Harry. Harry's having bad dreams. One of them is about his father being a goblin man.
No.
And then Aunt May's
Is it really much of a dream, Lalo?
No, it literally happened though.
So
they're treating it as a dream.
He's having a flashback.
They're treating it as a dream because he wakes up and he's all scared. And then he sees his dad out the window flying around. So no, it was fucking real. Then Aunt May is like retelling what happened to the police. They were just waiting for Peter. They heard a noise from the bag. They called out for him. He didn't respond. So Uncle Ben went to investigate. The gunner had the gun pointed at him. He said, "Where's your valuables?" Uncle Ben just said, "You probably have more money than us because they're fucking poor."
Bro's trying to rob
the guy didn't
poor.
make it.
Man is trying to rob the poor part of town. That's not what you rob. You rob uptown, high-end shit. Come on.
You rob upstate. You don't rob in Queens.
Exactly. You rob in like Saks Fifth Avenue. You rob in the good spots.
You don't rob in Queens.
Yeah, that's where all other people in the same predicament are, who probably also have a gun trying to thank you for money, shake you down.
So the police is there. They have Peter Parker walks in. He's like, "What the hell happened?" He's like, "Peter, where were you? Your Uncle Ben is dead." And Peter just runs off again.
Womp womp. He seems like a little bitch in this one.
Well, you gotta wait. And then Peter tracks down the.
So you're saying
you're
saying I've got to stick with it for another 140 issues?
Just a couple more, just like 5 more. Like, give me another arc, and you'll recognize the Spider-Man.
Oh, the one that cries about being
Peter...
chained up?
Shut the fuck up. I learned my lesson.
Or the one that's been cucked. Or the one that's got cucked. Because that's the Spider-Man I know.
No.
That's the Spider-Man I know. That's the Spider-Man I know.
That is a very unfortunate Spider-Man.
That's the Spider-Man I know.
Really? Because we at least covered some stories where Peter Parker is an actual adult.
Okay, Lalo, you forget what I thought before I would actually sat down and read, though. You know what I've sat down. You know what I've sat down with, just to spite you. It just says, "Oh, please don't buy that. It's $10 for a shitty variant cover." That calls back to one of your favorite moments.
I know
that you love so much.
No, I know. I'm well aware.
Because you hate it so much.
I am well aware.
That was the best $10 I've ever spent, and I spent a lot of stupid money sometimes.
You are. Like $200 for the first appearance of the symbiote. Actually, that's an excellent purchase.
Yeah, that was actually very, very financially responsible.
That was pretty solid. That's not gonna lie, I kind of want to buy for you for $400.
Bet. Stonks.
Bet? All right.
No, I'm kidding.
Stonks.
Moving forward.
Yeah, the Spider-Man tracks out the gunner. He starts shooting at Peter. Peter's like, "You murdered my Uncle Ben." He doesn't say that because that would give away that he's actually Spider-Man, but whatever.
It's not like he's going to live to tell the story.
He is, actually. He's going to live to tell the tale.
Really?
he would live. Yeah,
Spooky.
Peter Parker doesn't kill him.
Oh, like in 616.
Like it fucking the Spider-Man movie. Throws him out the window.
This is how you tie in.
Peter like grabs him, throws a tire at him, basically corrals him, grabs him by the shirt, and he realizes the guy he let go. And he remembers like he has a mental breakdown, and he like sees his Uncle Ben being gunned down. He grabs his driver's license, ties him to a pole, not webs him up. He ties him down, throw him out the window. He's hanging there.
That's a fucking deuce. Motherfucker got Epstein.
No, he's alive.
For now, until he suffocates because he can't breathe.
He gets stabbed in the. He gets stabbed in jail. Okay, George Floyd.
No, that makes no sense. What? You should say okay.
No, like
Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin was the one that got.
My bad.
George Floyd was the man that he killed.
Anyway,
moving forward
Peter's
before we get canceled, Lalo.
Peter's like, my Uncle Ben told me something that was really important, and I just blew him off.
You didn't blow him.
Like, I'm an asshole. I was an asshole. So he puts on the Spider-Man suit, and he just goes out to the city and becomes Spider-Man right there. He stops a mugging. He saves some people from a fiery building. He stops like people who were just. He helps anyone all night long. He goes back home. He's Mary Jane.
You want to know where he gets that money from for the bodega owner? You know where he gets the money at? He probably broke into the ATM and stole the money from the ATM.
He probably fucking did. And Peter Parker's like, he sees Mary Jane. Mary Jane asks him if he's all right. And he just breaks down crying on her arms. And that was the birth of Spider-Man. That was the birth of the Ultimate Universe. Right there, 5 issues. And with that, we will have... Hopefully we can continue this. Hopefully we can do more Ultimate stories.
Can we do the Ultimate?
I would like to...
Can we do the Ultimate?
I would like to do...
Can we do the Ultimate?
You can do the Ultimate.
Yay.
You can do the Ultimate.
Also...
Because
the issue...
I have not read it, actually.
Also, can we also, with this new re-announcement, we are also unvaulting an episode. We are unvaulting the Ultimatum episode.
And just like that, we're also... This is Lalo's version of Ultimate Spider-Man. Thank you so much for watching. This is Story Delicious. I'm Lalo.
And I'm Robert.
And good night.
See ya.